Shalom, y'all. Shalom. Hebrew Israelites of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again out here, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, give out praise glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hakadash. I know Hebrew tongues, speak never Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the brothers living in truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and standing and show themselves approved. Shalom. All right, to talk today, hey, the whole atmosphere, the whole thing going on right now is what? War. War is upon us, man. You got World War III about to pop off. You got Babylon the Great about to go to war with their citizens. And it's not looking good for Babylon the Great. They're going to be stretched thin. They done waited too long. They done botched everything. The truth is out. All their finesse game is over with. They done lost the narrative. So now the thing they got to do is revert back to what? Their sword. They got to lean on their military to get their plans off the ground. To get this, you know, the device, the beast system off the ground, it's got to be military now. They can't use it with finesse anymore. Even we were just talking when we did camp. The dumbest of dumb Edomites have now woken up. Your liberal Edomites, they have woken up to the fact of what's going on. So now they're prepared to go against their government. Then Esau, Babylon the Great, that did such a bad job. Even they got foreign enemies they got to deal with. So you're gonna see wars about to pop off, man. We need to get ready for war. You know, physically, we need to get ready for war, mentally and spiritually. Because that's what's upon us right now. It's time to put off that weak man and put on the nature of that strong man. Armor up. You know, because here we come. Hey, ready or not. That's how y'all about shot call it.
Yeah, this is Joel 3:9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
Hear that? Hey, let all the mighty men prepare for war. Let them come up, man. And it's talking about, it said the heathen Gentiles, talking about everybody. Everybody about to get ready to go through some type of war, you know, some type of form of fashion. Especially if you're like a part of the working class, you're going to be in that war. You know, whether you like it or not. Because when the war kick off, the first thing that's going to happen is the famine going to kick in. You know, it ain't going to be no trucks running to Walmart, running to warehouse market, when it's going to be gun battles out here and skirmishes. No, that's the first thing going to happen. No more food in them stores. So when the food gets short, hey, everybody going to be going to war. It's going to be food wars. It's going to be like that movie Hunger Games. It's going to be like that movie The Purge. People going to be battling out over food and supplies, resources. Then you're going to have Esau, his military, trying to make sure you adhere to the mandate, trying to put you in a biometric system. They're going to be going to war. People ain't going to want to do that. So, hey, at this time, you ain't ready, prepared, mentally what's about to happen, you're going to bug out. You're going to be like, oh, they shouldn't do that. I don't want to do that. I want back to old days. It's going to be a crime for wine in the streets, you know? And like I said, hey, and it's true. Yahweh Shah is getting us ready for what's to happen, man. We're going to have stability. We're going to know what's going on. We're going to be lightweight prepared for it. Right? So like you for that. We're going to be all the way prepared for it. We in this truth. We in that strong tower, which is Yahweh Shah. So we're going to be prepared for it. But like your average 2/3 Jake that's not heeding the warning and think they still listen to Esau's narrative, they're going to get caught out there. They're going to be easy work. Because they ain't going to have no food put up. They're going to supplies put up. And they're going to what? Esau will come out with the military Humvees with that bullhorn, talking about, I got supplies, I got food, come over here. So they're going right to that little mouse trap. They're going to get caught up, man. And then Esau going to be like, hey, you put this device in your body or else. They're going to go right to the FEMA camps. The FEMA camps going to get set up. When the whole system collapsed, when they declare martial law, and you can tell that's like right upon us, man. They do another medical lockdown. People going to fight back. People fight back, martial law going to be declared. And then you're going to see all the tanks, Humvees, Apache helicopters, you know, and they're going to send the National Guard first. They're going to get ran through. The children ain't ready. And then once the National Guard get knocked out, they're going to send in the Army, the military, you know, the Marines, the hardcore military, and they're going to have problems. They still got to fight these battles. We're going to get on their whole Nancy Pelosi. She done went over there to Taiwan and kicked up a whole hornet's nest. You know, the Moabites, China, they getting ready to go to war with Babylon the Great. They're going to jump on Taiwan first. They following Putin's playbook. And I think she sped it up. They probably wouldn't have did it as quick as they did it had she went over there. They told her, Don't bring your butt over there. And what Babylon the Great and their great pride, they still think they got the strong military. I'm going over there anyway. Forget what these they got to say. I got the American, I got the American military behind me. She over there, they done kicked that all up. They over there shooting arrows right now. They surrounding that island. They about to invade that.
Not to mention, China said they was going to shut down the borders, and everything we got comes from China. You look on the back of anything, it says made in China, made in Taiwan or something. Man. They said they was going to stop trade with us, and hey, that's part of the family right there. Hey, cause like all your medicine, everything comes from them.
You got it up. I had a quick one back y'all up right here. This is Second Ezra chapter 16 and 17, and it reads, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of war, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evil, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
We can answer that question. We know what we're going to do. We're going to call on that how about y'all shot. Now, I don't know what the world going to do. Hey, woe to them that ain't got the Lord. Like I said right there, ran down the whole checklist, man. Like I was saying earlier, famine about to come. War is coming. There's gonna be resource wars, man. Cause like I said, like Babylon the Great is so dumb. They gonna pick a war with China when you still depend on China for trade. They should have been smart like Putin, become independent, then go kick your war up. Don't kick your war up, but you still got businesses over there. You still depend on them for food. Like I said, everything we get comes from China. Everything. This whole country depends on China. So China say, that's it. No more goods for you. Hey, they're gonna be even better because they're gonna have more stuff for them.
Actually, when this country is indebted to China, so all they gotta do is sell out the dollar and the economy crash in one night.
Which is gonna happen. They're gonna do that.
Elaborate even further. That also gives the right to China to come over here and take land.
God, but they're gonna do that too. China is going to invade Babylon the Great's borders and Russia. Both of them are going to invade. North Korea, like this war about to get touched, man. And like I said, you gotta be in these good graces with the Lord to overstand that. Like I said, when Moab get here and the Russians, they don't speak English. They don't give a damn about no dollar bill with some Edomite's face on it, man.
That's why when you read the scripture where it said, riches profit not in the dead rap. And that dead rap when trying to bring that calamity on America, that money ain't gonna mean shit. Because why? They don't speak English and they drop the American dollar.
I got a quick one, just jumping down the verse. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And at one point in time, hey, those nations were weak. They was considered weak. They didn't have the military might as Babylon the Great. But now Babylon the Great, hey, they not as strong no more because everybody got the same equipment and nuclear power that they got. So that's the weak saying that they're strong. That's them beating their plowshares, which means they do all the farming and they send it to us and they do all this. They taking all that money that they use for farming and putting it into their military to making them strong. So you got it up.
It's like this one Edomite said, like these other countries, their military is made to destroy. Their military is made to kill. You look at the Babylon military and they talking about, alphabet agenda. They worried about flower stuff. They worried about political things. They not even like building their strength up no more. Babylon's military really is weak. If you think about it, then you look at like, what was that, North Korea? They military, they over there breaking stones with their head and they fists,
and slapping with metal rods and stepping on wood nails. And
meanwhile, Babylon the Great is lowering their standards just so the women can actually join the military.
Getting weak.
Yeah.
Getting weak. You tailor into your weakest sex, make your whole military weak.
Yeah.
So therefore you can see that this place, man, the Babylonian military, Edomites, they're not ready for these these foreign enemies that's getting prepared for them. They're not ready for them. They've been getting strong, this military getting weak. As I'm looking at the National Guard, them is children, man. Them dudes ain't ready to bust a grape. A lot of them told me they joined up just to get college money. So as soon as they let them out, they probably gonna run scared. The public gonna straight bust at the National Guard. National Guard is a straight joke. So then they're going to use their precious army and Marines do the job of the National Guard, and that's gonna make them thinner and weaker on that. Then you got to fight Moab, you got to fight Russia, you got to fight North Korea, you got to fight Iran, Ishmael, and Saudis, and all of that. And man, they like I said before we started this lesson up, they like the ancient Rome. That's why Rome failed. Their military spread too thin. Babylon's military gonna spread too thin. You can't fight your own people, then the people overseas. That's too much. And you weak too. You ain't even strong like that no more. So they're gonna depend on their technology. Missiles, cruise missiles, drones, they terminators. As far as the people, man, that's not gonna get it done. I could see the American public giving the military a big battle. This the American public, you know, and that's not counting with Moab and the Russians kick in. You know, you got that said they got an L coming. That's why all them major elite, like I just read earlier in the precept, they're running to their bunkers. I think you put it out. Yeah, the strong man of trembling. Okay, the strong man is trembling right now. They run to their bunker, man. They scared. They done did the mathematics on this. They see like, oh, now we can't win this. We done did too much. You know, they finger pointing at each other now. They all like, your policy. Nah, your policy did it. But see, if you did my policy, you know, they battle with each other, man. They argue with paperwork. Now they're like, you know what? We just gotta run. You got your bunker set up. You got your what Elon Musk, the SpaceX, Blue Origin. You got your satellite set up. We got to go in there, man. I got about 50 million. Let me get a ticket for my family.
Matter of fact, I seen an article where Elon Musk said that we're gonna go to a minor recession. You know, they're using their double tongue, their serpent tongue. When he said a minor recession, they talk about the destruction that's gonna come on America. He said it's a minor recession. So in actuality, it's actually bigger than what they said.
Well, it's over with.
Yeah.
Really? When you want to think about it, America comes over, you got 200 countries done dumped the dollar. Right. You know, Russia done dumped the dollar, China done dumped the dollar. So with that, and them two major players right there, you got two other superpowers not dealing with your currency. You're offended. And then the little wigs ain't dealing with your dollar no more. So they trying to like, that's they playing the music on the Titanic, trying to keep people calm. Don't worry, we're gonna come back better. We're gonna be strong. No, you're not, man. You are finished. So that's why we telling the hopeful elect, like, look past this place and seek the kingdom and get prepared. Cause it's about to be a bumpy ride. Which me saying that, I'm gonna go get this right here. And let's go with your lesson you put out earlier. But they're talking about that trouble when Pasha said if you don't take the jump shot, you're gonna be in trouble. If we know what trouble you're gonna be in, this Jeremiah 30:7. Now last but that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it. So the trouble we're about to go into is gonna be called Jacob's trouble. And in Jacob's trouble, Esau is using his technology to take and eliminate as many Jacobs as he can. They're trying to get rid of all of us. Because they figure if they get rid of all of us, who is your house shot gonna save? Who you gonna marry then? Where the nation at? They're trying to get rid of that bride, that woman. That dragon is going after that woman according to Revelation chapter 12. And like the scripture said, man, the dragon's not gonna prevail against that woman, man. That woman's calling out to what? She's calling out to her husband. Who's the husband? Your house shot. In the midst of World War III and everybody's bank, your house shot gonna show up and he gonna show everybody what it do. Then they gonna try to fight him, and he gonna destroy Babylon. He gonna destroy all Edomite settlements and one out, real quick like. So we ain't worried about what's to come. We ain't worried about all this, man. We worried about staying in the spirit of repentance. We worried about staying in the spirit, staying in that secret place. We know the calamity that he's bringing, and all this is coming for the wicked to be destroyed. That's why he's bringing all this destruction. We know and understand that it's a method to the madness. The destruction has to come. The destruction is coming to break Esau's power structure. Because everything is set up after Esau. He's in rulership right now. And because it's the most out of the wisdom out of the team, out of Esau, now they're becoming stupid. And all the stupid moves they make, now the kingdom about to be destroyed. The kingdom's only established on wisdom. As soon as you lose your wisdom, you become a fool. Hey, what they say about a fool and his money that should soon depart, they go the same way with your kingdom. A fool can't rule no kingdom, man. He ain't got no wisdom.
Back up with that, it said the whole head is sick. If the whole head is sick, the whole body will fall. And that goes back into that wisdom. That wisdom is just like I said, if you lose your wisdom, then the whole body is gonna fall. And that's pretty much what we're telling you. Like the wicked is losing their wisdom. So therefore, America ain't get Babylon the Great to be ready to fall because of that. Now, I got a quick precept that's back in draw the point even further. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and Talaka chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it says, "To everything there is a season and a time for every person under the heaven, And so the time that we're telling you is that there's going to be a time to kill right here as you jump into verse 3. And he said the time to kill, the time to heal, the time to break down, and the time to build up. Okay, and that point right there is that right now we're in a time where Esau Edom about to start killing and they're about to start breaking down. Okay, and then jump down to verse 8. Then it said the time of love and the time to hate, the time of war and the time of peace. Right now we're in that time of hate and we're in that time of war. And that's the season that we're in right now.
Big time. No, and I got a precept to break down what I said earlier. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 3, or Sirach 10 and 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And see right there, it said an unwise king destroyeth his people. Esau is that unwise king. That's why his kingdom didn't even last that long, man. Looking at other kingdoms and how we rule, Esau's season has been a little season, man. It didn't even last that long. He's stupid. And right now he's at his dumbest. He's trying to do his biggest thing, his biggest operation, when he's at his dumbest point in his existence. And like I said, it said the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. The Lord said Esau loved with that great sword he gave. You know, that was all part of prophecy. And now it's going to be a part of prophecy, this devil's fall and go into slavery. You know, they say he's going to set one up that's over that's prophet. Who's that prophet? That goes to Yasharal and Israel, because we're supposed to rule in the planet. And see, all this had to play out for us to see what wickedness looks like, to see what the unwise look like when they're in rulership. So when we get the kingdom, we're not going to be in our council talking about, man, we should maybe let Esau rule for a little bit. That shit ain't going to pop in our mind. We done seen what this look like when this devil rule. You know, everything is out of whack. Straight wickedness, man. So the Most High, I see why he did that, his infinite wisdom. He did that so that we won't ever have that thought in our minds to let Esau rule, man. We're going to put Esau in that doghouse and keep him there because we're going to know that's where he belongs at. Because he's a perverse, wicked spirit. If he's in rulership, he'll mess everything up. He ain't going to be in our council. We ain't going to do that all equality, everybody equal. Now, Esau going to be in the doghouse, you know, somewhere in the shed. The dungeon or a pit or something. God, you know, where he belongs at, man. We're going to have, ain't nobody going to ever think of Esau ruling or having a vote in our seat or none of that, man. He gonna be, man, clean my shoes. I
got something to back you up because you said that. Just jumping down in this verse of Joel 3, jump down to 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. The point, but Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem for generation to generation. You got
that. Judah shall rule forever, generation to generation. That's gonna be the kingdom of heaven, will be perpetual, or always rule. And like I said, that brings us back to the perfect, man. Esau, he gonna go down, man. He gonna stay down. You know, that's where he belong at. He don't belong ruling nothing.
That one? Yeah, I got another quick job in 20 to 30. This is Job chapter 30 in verse 8. And it said there were children of food, children of faith, man. They were valor in the earth.
Yeah, that valor in the earth means they was dirty in the earth. I said you better off eat something off the ground out of Esau's hands, man. Esau's unclean. And then you can see that they got like TikToks and all kind of videos showing they only shower once a week. I don't even use a towel. I don't even use soap. I just let the water run down. Like, God damn, nasty ass eating my. That's why they smell like hot dog water. Now I understand why they smell like wet dogs and they stink. They don't believe in bathing. And really, they didn't bathe back in the day, man. They got taught by the who was that? The Moors. The Israelites that went to Islam. They taught them how to bathe, you know. They go to them Hamites. They taught them how to bathe. Esau don't never bathe. Esau stay in caves and stay dirty. That's their natural state, man. And he said the children are fools. Esau's a fool. All his ideas and everything he does is foolish because he doesn't do anything beneficial. He does things to destroy things. Like, let me pour some fluoride in the water. Let me put some mercury in the water. Let me spray chemtrails in the earth. You know, I don't believe in that real food. Let me make my own food in a laboratory that don't have no seeds. I think that's healthier, you know. And everything he does, nothing is beneficial. Everything he does contributes to death. You know, I don't like heterosexual marriage. Let's go into Momo situation. I think that's more better. You know, let's cut down some trees even though we need to breathe. Things like that. All the trees. Or let's kill all these animals up. You know, just for sport because it's fun. I like shooting. You know, and then they look up like all the ecosystem messed up. The ocean is bleaching, the coral reef is bleaching. Why is that happening? You eating all the shrimp and the lobster, you damn fool. They cleans the ocean. You know? Everything they do is like I said, it wasn't for Jake being here. Say if Jake was out the way, the earth would already be destroyed. Jake's the only thing that keeps decency, man. That's the only reason the place ain't been just wiped out clean already. He giving Jake the opportunity to come back and to him. Their grace period. That's for us. That's the only reason you have a guy in scorched the place already. Esau, man, and I noticed our people keep the decency. When I look at the 50s and the 60s, like the whole atmosphere didn't get bad until Jake started doing it. Like Jake used to always do different than Esau. Like we always kept the DC covered up. Like you notice that Akim, like our people always carried that decency about them. We don't do this, we do it like this, the family, environment, all that. It's not until when Jake started being like Esau, being wicked, is everything started went to shit. Cause we used to do that. We used to talk bad about Edomites. Like, man, they look at them over there. Now you look at 2020 and Jake doing the same thing Esau do. You hear about some little nasty stuff on the news, like, oh, that was Esau. You look up at Jake doing it. Like, goddamn. Now Jake messing with animals. We didn't used to do that. Right. It used to be Esau. We used to be able to like look on the news, mass shooting. That's Esau. Now you look up Jake doing it.
They following out the ways of the heathen.
And the 2/3 are doing it, and that's why everything is going downhill because the 2/3 are falling at the Esau. And Esau he's anteing up on his wickedness. And so with that, they stirring is getting so bad. It's like pissing in the water. You just keep pissing in. After a while, it's gonna be like damn near so strong like ammonia. Make the skin burn off when you touch it.
I got to put it right here to back you up. This is Isaiah chapter 1 and 4. This is 2:4 right here. It says, a simple nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers that are corrupted. They are forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why shouldn't ye be stricken anymore? Ye revoke more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. From the soles of your foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and purifying sores, and the putrefying sores. They have not been clothed, neither bound up, neither multiplied with ointment. And it says, your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land strangers devour it in your presence, and in the desolate is overthrown by strangers. And that goes back to what the I just said right there, what he said, the whole earth wasn't going to go. The whole earth is not the way it was until Jake started following along with Esau Edom. And that's why. And then he said the whole head is sick. That goes to, because Esau Edom, his head is already sick. But if the 2/3 want to follow behind it, now their whole head is sick. This is why they can't get with the truth. This is why they sit here and say, man, I can't, I hear what you're saying, but I can't. I don't know no other way. These are the things that following after the heat. Okay.
That's why the Lord got to destroy this place with war and nuclear fire to cleanse all the wickedness and all the 2/3 Jakes that can't make it into the chariots because they are defiled.
All right. I got a precept. We're gonna back all that up. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by the sea, kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's why war is coming. Because the kingdom has to be translated from Esau to Jacob. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So war has to come, like I said earlier. It's so filthy now, he can't clean it with water. Now he got to scorch it with fire. You got to take a blowtorch to that sucker. It's scorched that, man. That's how filthy it is, man. That's when something so filthy. That's what they do was that bio containment with a disease somewhere. They just bringing a dude with a hazmat suit with a flamethrower, and they just get the torch in that sucker. They just burn it all up. And that's what Yahweh Shah got to do, because he's the real physician. He cuts off the long disease. The disease is Esau Edom, man. They're like a virus, and they have infected the planet Earth. They infected the planet Earth, and they have infected his people. The majority of sick because of Esau. They've been infected with his philosophy, everything that he holds dear, and his ways. That's why, like you said earlier, do not take the ways of the heathen. So with that, you gotta, because you're infected, you got, like I said earlier, you gotta be torched too. You gotta just put a flamethrower in your butt too. You gotta be missile food. You can't get in that chariot. And see, that's why these are words for to live in water, because this thing is like a cure. This is the healing. This word heals. when this living waters hits your mind, it cleans your mind up. It renews your mind. So your inner man is getting cleaned up. As it get cleaned up, that's that clean thing, you know. And your house sounds like a dude. What did it say? He's like a traveler looking for a treasure. When you cleaned up and you shining, hey, he gonna see that. Oh, that's mine right there. I'm about to put that in my barn. You know, I'm about to keep that. You know, they're like a diamond. You shining. You know, in the dark. You like, take that, put that in my pocket. That's mine right there. That's profitable. You know, diamonds are valuable, very valuable. And hope we are like diamonds to him. They're clean. They're a clean thing. They're a clean thing and an unclean thing. So he's searching. He's sifting. He gonna get them diamonds, man. It's like anybody a miner in the mine when they hitting them rocks and they see something shine, they see that diamond. Hey, they caking that. This is what I've been looking for. This is why I'm in the mine. You know. So as we tell you, this truth is very valuable, man. Like I said, it's good to get this truth. But the 2/3 are so sick, they don't want to clean up. They don't want to be no diamond. They say, I want to be some shit. You know, I'm gonna stay shitty. And they'll fight you to stay shitty. Like that movie, that Pootie Tang. I'm dirty D, damn it. And he was mad because they showering him up. The cleaner, he getting angry. That's 2/3, man. They don't want to be clean. And like the scriptures say, him they be filthy, let him be filthy still. So we get to the point, and I know this is happening. Because when I first got in this truth, I was trying to tell every little Israelite I know, hey man, you know who we are, we Israelites. You know who we are. Now I'm at the point now I don't want to tell Jake shit. I don't want to tell Jake nothing. I'm like, if you don't know you're Israelite already, I'm not gonna tell you. So if I've told you you're an Israelite, you watching now, you gotta feel real thankful and privileged. Because now we get to the doors of mercy are closed. And the doors of mercy closed because he making his men not want to say nothing no more. Now we just on the YouTube highway and hedges. Now I don't feel the compassion to tell any old Jake who they are no more. Because I got a lot of backlash from that. It didn't do good for me that. Now I found that with the Galatians, I want to say chapter 4, where it says, how you become my enemy because I tell you the truth. I felt that and witnessed that in real life. You know, 2/3, they love Esau. So I don't feel compelled to tell the truth no more. I'm like, shit, they think they black, you think you black. Now I'm applying that be wise as a serpent. I run around the world as if I don't know I'm a Hebrew Israelite. When I talk to Jake, I keep it carnal. And Jake at the job. You know, I'm not about to tell you nothing. All you gonna do is go tell, you know, management. I go tell, he think he this. He think he that. You know, now I'm in hot water. I'm trying to show you the highest form of love. I'm trying to tell you to come back to the Lord and give you the highest form of wisdom on earth, and you reject it. That's why I said, what? Casting out your pearls before swine? Man, they man 2/3 of swine.
Giving out with the holy in Matthew chapter 76, giving out with holy
to the dogs, man. They dogs, man. That's why I see he called the Samaritan woman a female dog. Can't get him no truth. I'm not telling Keisha about this truth. She gonna fight me. She gonna go tell on me. I'm not doing that. Now at the point, I'm like, shit, you didn't get it off the YouTube or come to them saying like I did, you not invited. So I just see like, shit, how about shot on won't you? So we can talk about some damn sports or something.
I got a free stuff to back you up on that too. This is Ezekiel chapter 14. I'm gonna start at verse 7. And it said, for everyone of the house of Israel or the stranger that sojourn unto Israel, and they ain't talking about those heathen those heathen that's outside of the nation of Israel. It's talking about the strangers that grew up among the heathen. I'm gonna read that again. It said, for everyone of the house of Israel or the strangers that sojourn in Israel will separate himself from me and set up his idols in his heart and put the stumbling block in his iniquity before his face and come to a prophet to inquire him concerning me, I, the Lord, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, will answer by myself. And I will set my face against that man and will make him a sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua. All right, and then verse 9, it said, if a prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, I, the Lord, Yahweh, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and I will destroy him from the midst of my people, Israel. So, yeah, and that's pretty much back up what the ox was talking about right there. Because, you know, if you one of those 2/3 Jake that don't know that you're Hebrew Israelite, that's because Yahweh deceives you, and he's gonna destroy you with those missiles.
I got something back to what y'all just said. When Tay astrologer said, hey man, if you if you a 2/3 and shit, you don't know you're an Israelite by now. That's because the Lord has told the prophets, amen. This is what he said. This is Ezekiel 3:26. It says, I will make thy tongues cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for thy are a rebellious house. And 2/3 of the nation Israel is a rebellious house. You tell them they're Hebrew Israelite, they damn near ready to punch you in the mouth because they want to save Esau. And shit, you got it all.
And see, and know what they do? They put you outside the house. You are outside the house today. And see, the ones of us that are in the house today, what we getting fed with? We getting fed with wisdom, not understanding. Now we know World War III is coming. If you're not in the house, you don't know that's coming, because Esau ain't gonna tell you World War III coming. Esau ain't gonna tell you nothing. Esau gonna tell you peace and safety. And peace and safety ain't coming to this place, man. So you getting fed with lies, we getting fed with the truth. And that goes on being in the house of David. And one of the major processes about to fold out now is World War III is about to kick off. When World War III kick off, that's gonna be a domino effect that's gonna kick off a lot of bad things that's gonna happen to Babylon the Great. Because the famine gonna kick in. It's gonna be the whole Esdras chapter 15 and 16 gonna kick in. Insurrections, all kind of stuff gonna kick up. And if you're not in the house of David to get fed with wisdom and understanding, you're not gonna know that's coming. You're not gonna hear the watchmen. The watchmen on the towers telling the nation what's coming. Like, man, here come that sword. It's the enemy coming. They're about to do this. They're about to hit you with the mandates. They're about to search you out. They're gonna want to do this to you. You know, we're hearing the warning, so we are preparing for that. So we have some type of defense against what's to come. We're not unprepared. We're gonna get caught with our pants down. 2/3 will get caught with their pants down because they don't want to hear it. They don't know World War III is coming. They don't know. They think it's over with. They don't know a whole nother set of mandates is coming. These mandates gonna be more powerful and stricter than the last ones. They don't know that. And because they don't know it, when it comes, like one of the dudes, I was watching a lesson on Akim. I'm about to show that to y'all. With the dude, y'all see what the dude played a prank on his family? Say the nuclear strike was coming. You see that? You said they act, how they reacted. They didn't know what to do.
He was bugging out. Man, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
And it's like, go where? Where the fuck you gonna go?
Yeah.
You ain't got a phone. You ain't no going nowhere from no nuke. Yeah. Where you gonna go? Yeah, like there's somewhere you gonna go. He started bugging out. You know?
See that? Sitting down for a minute, he was calm. He had this shock in his eye. I was like, oh, man, that's what he's talking about. It's bugging out right there.
God. And that show, they don't know. Like us, we're gonna be like, shit, if I call a name, and Lord willing, a cherry come pick me up. You know? Or at least have enough sense to know you gotta be somewhere deep underground. Ain't no, I'm about to go to Ray house. What's that gonna do from a nuke? My house is made of bricks. You know?
And you know the crazy thing, the Esau commercial that came out, they said if the nuke has come, stay away from the window and run to the middle of your house. That's what that's the type of advice that's coming to that Esau is telling the people.
And what's that gonna do?
Yeah, and see that's what. But give it to the prophets, they're coming out on the corner. We telling you these things are gonna come, but here it is. They shun us. They stop at us. Y'all conspiracy theories, right? I got a quick one right here to back it up. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and 1. It says, he that being often reproved, hardens his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. And it says, shall suddenly be destroyed, that without remedy. Remedy goes into healing. It goes into health. See, so you're going to be destroyed without remedy. All of these things are going to come from when you least expect it. Okay, ain't going to be no warning. Because matter of fact, most of your communication is going to be done before the missile comes.
They say, and they go ahead. I was about to say, that's why the Lord said he's gonna come like a thief in the night. Right. That's why he said suddenly.
And when the reason they ain't got no remedy, they smacked the remedy down already. They didn't already destroy the remedy. The remedy was hearing this word. It was hearing the words of Yahweh. That was the remedy. I don't want that, baby. I want a bag of money. That ain't nothing. Cause
I got another one right here. Cause because this is if you pay attention and listen closely, right here, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and 3. And it says, for when they shall say peace and safety. So when they say peace and safety, when Esau say there's safety, there's peace right now, we don't have to worry about nothing. That's when you should be worried. See, that's what the word say, right? And it says, when they shall say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction come upon them as to fell upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. That's what we're telling you right there. The minute Esau say peace and safety, you should be worried. You should not. As a matter of fact, the scripture said, never trust thy enemy. Esau, Edom is thy enemy. So when they talk about peace and safety, they got war in their heart.
Pretty much. When they said it's okay for Nancy Pelosi to go over there to Taiwan. Yeah. Hey man, hey, sudden destruction about to come from that.
Sudden destruction. I'm glad you brought that out because this is about to come out. That's the spirit. This Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See, there be not trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So it's about to be, we in the beginning of sorrow, because this helper don't went over there. When they said don't go over there, now it's about to come. You got now we got more pesticides about to get spread out. You know, you got the monkey business and all that little crazy stuff going out. Marburg, that's new one they got over there in Africa. You got earthquakes in diverse places, which is twofold. You got earthquakes, natural earthquakes. The earthquakes happening every day in places that ain't never happened before. And the earthquakes also going to uproars of people. When they really start pushing these mandates all around the world again, hey, these people have to go up in an uproar. And the whole country gonna be in an uproar. They're like, what's that country, Sri Lanka? You know, they're going, hey, man, hey, no, I ain't listening to that. What? Get your gun, Billy Bob. Come on, Jimmy Ray. We're going politician hunt. Woo-hoo. They're going to get knocking them out, man. So that's on the books. Because when Next Plus, like I said, when Next Plus went over there to Taiwan, that's a rumor of war. Because China said don't do it. They said if you do it, we're going to go to war on your butt. That's a rumor right there. Now we're going to see if it's true, which I think is true. They will have to attack Taiwan. The next is Babylon the Great. Because they like, you don't listen. You always stepping on people's toes. This ain't got nothing to do with you, which I'm going to bring up another precept.
And that's Esau Edom's nature, man. They go over there, do what they want to do, never keep it back home. Yeah. Hey, over there.
But if I'm going to pull it, here it goes. What I was saying right here, the Proverbs 7:10. Behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot. Babylon the Great, known as a harlot, a hoe, and subtle of heart, always lying. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Babylon Great don't never stay at home in their own country. They always over somebody else's business. Over here, oh, you got some oil? Oh, give me that. Give me that. Oh, you got diamonds? Give me that. Oh, that lithium? Give me that. Give me that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, her Bible though. God said, love everybody. You know what I'm saying? The blah, blah, blah. God manifest destiny. That was God's right that I get to shoot you in the head and take your resources.
All you got to do is do your own research and look up how many military bases do America have around the whole world. That should show you right there, the proof right there. They're not keeping that home. They got a military base here, 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 and here. That should tell you that America, aka Babylon the Great, is the Bible talking about. That they call it Babylon the Great. America is Babylon.
I got one to back out. This is Malachi 2:2. It says, and they coveted fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. So, hey, man, they coveted fields, man. They over there going to Taiwan, doing what they got to do. They really going to Taiwan because they want to take it over. You're going to see McDonald's and shit everywhere. And then they close enough to China so they can make a strike easier.
That's why China don't want them in Taiwan. They know they did that last time. I did my research on that. Taiwan, China knows that anytime they're most vulnerable by Taiwan. So they don't want the U.S. and Taiwan to build no missiles over there to strike them all quick. You know? And plus, I found that too. Nancy Pelosi has a company called Micron. They're producing the microchips. So she went over there to make sure them chips is on deck. You know? And I said, hey, Moab, man, China like, hey, man, I told you don't go over there. That's our hope. She belong to us.
See, that's why I say they cover the fields and take them by violence. Nancy Pelosi knows going to kick up a wolf. She just thinks Babylon the Great is good enough that they're going to fight that war and win. And that's taking the field, covering fields. They cover Taiwan, and they're going to take it by violence. But even though Babylon the Great, we know the story, is going to lose.
That's a big field. That's a whole island. They trying to take. And they always use their money, man. They said they got businesses in Taiwan. You know, they said China seeing what's going on in Taiwan. Babylon the Great is trying to make Taiwan basically an extension of America. You know, more businesses, like I said, more McDonald's. They already got businesses over there. You know, they're going to put more military equipment over there, so they're going to attack China. Because they know they owe China. So what Babylon the Great is trying to do is try to sneak China. They're trying to sneak in and blow them up. Plus, China got a lot of resources. They want their resources.
They're trying to use the same plan they used against Russia when they came trying to take Ukraine. The water.
Right. You had something?
I was just gonna read this point. The second Ezra chapter 15:5 And it said, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, famine, and destruction. And that plague upon the world is Esau Edom, because they spreading their wickedness around the whole world right there. And it says, for the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
They took Esau all the way right there, man. They hurtful works are fulfilled. So, like I said earlier, Esau's at his end, man. All the tactics old, ran down. They ain't even like, they ain't innovative enough to come up with nothing new. They run the same shit they ran in the 1600s, 1700s. Everybody caught on to their shit.
They ain't never been smart, to be honest with you, because everything that they own, it either Jake made it, or Moab made it, or it's always some other country. It never came from their own invention, except the sword. They always good at creating sword. They good at that.
That's their blessing. Yeah, that's their blessing. Yeah, that's what they got.
Yeah,
that's because they came from Yahweh Shah. They said you right. I know that's the only thing they innovative at. They can make a weapon. They can make a trap, a snare. They good at that. But anything else, they not good at.
They got this thing called ghost gun. All you gotta do is buy a bunch of parts online, and you create a ghost gun. And that's Esau. That's all Esau for the fullest, man. They came up with that idea. They invented.
I'm about to bring us some precepts to go back to Nancy Pelosi and this all them budding they business in other countries. They can't never stay at home. They're out there be somebody's business. And this they didn't follow this commandment. This Proverbs 25:17. Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee, and so hate thee. A man that beareth false witness against his neighbor is a maul and a sword and a sharp arrow. And that's that Esau all the way.
Because this whole virus thing, they try to blame it on Moab. And they was the ones that funded that whole last situation.
Wuhan last situation. And then they also blame Hamite. I know another virus that always comes from Africa.
Ebola.
Yeah, always come from Africa. They always blaming something on somebody else. But nah, man, you creating that in them laboratories, dude. That's you. This shit ain't just popping up out of nowhere. Plus, people just think, man. The Center for Disease Control. Right? Control mean, hey, you keeping it, you experimenting on it, you perfecting it, and all of a sudden we got it just come unleashed. Get out of here, man.
And we said it earlier. The blessing is the sword. Esau's blessing is the sword. So if you really think about it, dig deep into what the sword means, it means weapon. Anything that Esau can use as a weapon, he know how to create.
He weaponized. He took a living organism and weaponized. You want to think about it. Yeah. And then you got to think about where Yahweh Shah said he's going to spread pestilence. Now we know how he's going to do that. He's using the wicked people he created to do it. Because they're the ones spreading it. Because they're the ones making it. They said all the evil that's committed on the earth all gets done to the wicked people he created. Esau evil. They doing all the business of Yahweh Shah on the left-hand side. All the stuff he wanted, the destruction that he's bringing, the sword, the fame, and all that is all contributed to Esau evil. They contribute all of that. Because if they was righteous, man, they could put a whole righteous vibration on the whole planet Earth, and we wouldn't even have none of these things we having right now. But see, Esau can't do that. He's the wicked. So we need Yahshua to be a rulership. Then we gonna get peace and rest. We don't do all that little crazy little stuff that Esau like to think of. We don't have that Dennis the Menace attitude. Like Jake like to chill. You give Jake some food, a nice woman, a place to stay. Jake ain't bother nobody. Man, Jake about to pop his wife, eat, chill, lay down, kick it with the Aki. That's what Jake about to do. That's our forefather Jacob. That's what he did. They say he was a plain man living in tent. He had 4 wives, and he already knew how to cook. So what was our forefather doing? He was eating good and popping nuts. And that's the life right there. That's good. That's what Jake in the right mind like to do.
That's peace. That brings forth life right there.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with that, But Esau Edom flipping around. As you read Isaiah 5:20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. So Esau Edom make it to the word having a bunch of babies. It's a bad thing. It pollutes the whole earth. If we don't have enough food, they put in the mind we don't have enough food to feed all this population. But we know Yahweh created the whole earth to go up us in heaven. So why would he create the whole earth for him to not be able to feed the people on earth? So that's Esau Edom right there, man.
That's some lie.
Yeah.
Africa got enough to make enough food and resources to feed the whole world. That's just Africa. We ain't counting China. Then we found out Ukraine makes a lot of grain. That's one of the bread baskets of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wheat. Yeah, a lot of wheat is in Ukraine. I didn't know that until the war popped off. You know, so we ain't no food shortage, man. Just Esau making a food shortage and decide he's trying to decide who get to eat, who don't get to eat. And it's Esau being a fucking wicked, man. That's why we want him out the way.
That's all attacking the war.
God, blockade the seas.
And just back up what the dog just said right now. All you got to do is talk to any veteran, and they'll tell you one of the main tactics is they destroy the food supply and they destroy the water system, and then they start attacking the soldiers. Hell, you can look up, old war movie with the sword, Game of Thrones or some shit like that. They always had a tactic of attacking the food or attacking the waves for them to get the resources to that land.
Exactly, and that's why when Ukraine was first going to war with Russia, hey, they called Ukrainian soldiers on video burning down all the wheat. So whenever Russia do shit invade and take over, hey, they ain't gonna have no crops over there. See, so that's wicked. And then you destroying the crops, you destroying the crops for the whole world doing that.
Creating the famine. So the devil's creating the famine, man. He's wicked like that. It's gonna be abundance when we rule it. Everything's gonna be plentiful. Like the food gonna come back. Gonna be no GMO foods or none of that, man. Like I said, grapes gonna be big. It's gonna take 2 people to carry a cluster of grapes again. Everything's gonna be plentiful, man. Everybody gonna be happy. You know, that's why, hey, I'm so ready for the kingdom of heaven. I'm so ready, Aki. Tell them I'm coming with Baruch 2:24. Just gonna put out what we're talking about too. Pretty much going to everybody that's worshiping this damn wicked devil. Baruch 2:24. But we would not hearken unto the voice to serve the king of Babylon. Therefore hast thou made good the words that hast spoken by the servants, the prophets. Namely, the bones of our kings and the bones of our fathers should be taken out of their places. And lo, they are cast out to the heat of the day and to the frost of the night. And they died in great misery by famine, by sword, and by pestilence. And the house which is called by thy name hast thou laid waste, as it is the scene this day, with the wickedness of the house of Israel and the house of Judah. That goes to 2/3 right there. You keep falling out to Esau, you're going to be caught up in the famine, you're going to be caught up by the sword, you're going to be caught up by the pestilence. And that's the 3 things right now that Esau is about to bring out in a heavy way. Because that's what comes with war. When war comes, then comes the sword, mainly. And then when the sword is out, the food distribution gets disrupted. So then the famine comes. And then when the famine comes, then comes pestilence. You know, when the water system ain't running no more, the power go out, ain't no more gas. You know, people don't know how to take care of themselves about the land, disease is gonna set in. You know?
They're gonna die by starvation. It's gonna be worse, man. It's gonna be bad.
And then knowing Esau, he deals with biological warfare. Esau, when he get ready to roll on us, he might have a helicopter to spray some stuff over the people.
That's what they did in the Vietnam War.
Agent Orange?
Yep.
To spray that on the people using a spray the pestilence biological warfare. You know, they got this 5G. You know, if you don't went with the mandate, they turn the 5G on, they probably just make you just freeze up, shock, go crazy. Like it's a movie called The Cell with Samuel Jackson. Go watch that movie, y'all, Rollins. That's probably what's gonna happen when they kick this 5G on. For everybody that done drunk some orange juice. You know, they probably already compromised. You know, I say this devil, man, he deals with violence. When they invaded Ukraine, what did Ukraine say? What did Russia say they found in Ukraine? Biolab. What you did they make in the biolab?
Russia also said that they got some super soldiers over there as well too.
Con. You know what I'm saying? So this devil, man, the devil's creating that mischief, which we know why the mischief is coming. Because all this for the destruction of Babylon the Great and to get rid of Esau's power structure, which we are so patiently waiting on to go out. That way we can start living like our forefather Jacob. We're ready to have that type of life. We're ready for rest. Kingdom of heaven comes rest. We're gonna finally get rest. You can't get no rest here, man. This place makes you weary. Everybody getting woe out now because now the devil is tightening up all the resources. Inflation is kicking in, so everything's getting harder.
When you surrounded by 2/3, they don't know what's going on, so they're blaming a lot of people for their personal problems and all this bullshit like it. Hey, it's about to get real. And a lot of people about to start bugging out, man. Back to the 2/3, they about to start bugging out.
God.
Because they don't know, they have no clue, not a clue what's going on. They have not a clue who's been causing their problem. That's Esau either. So
Ock has already dealt with that before we can't be talk about that. Like you got to deal with a bug out. You know? And dudes straight tripping. I said you got meth heads, crack heads, opioid heads, man. They gonna wig out when they can't get their drugs. They're gonna like your zombies. They're gonna rage out. I done seen a crackhead have a crack attack. You know, so when the food distribution gets disrupted, the drug system gets disrupted. Crackhead can't get his crack, meth head can't get his meth, so they're gonna be stealing coppers. They might just wig out and attack somebody because they ain't smoking no opioids in a minute. And, I ain't got my prescription.
And this is why we tell you, as a prophet, we come out here, we tell you, be ye separate. Be not unequally yoked to non-believers. Be separate from those individuals that don't follow the ways of Yahweh Shah, because most likely they're going to attack you. Yahweh Shah said it. Yahweh Shah said it himself. You shall be persecuted because the servant is not greater than his master. So if they were able to persecute Yahweh Shah, how much more are you?
Servant is not greater than his master. So we're gonna go through the same thing Yahweh Shah went through, man, for his name's sake. Because we keep what? We keep the commandments, the best of our abilities, and we have the testimony of him. That's what it's going to go be. You know, the truth is going out. Because if it wasn't for the truth going out, he'd be able to still, sway. He'd still be in a power structure through his lie. He wouldn't have to use the sword because his lie would be so strong. He can set his sword down when he want to, hit somebody individually. But right now, the lie coming undone, he got to pick that sword back up. And look, he ain't used that sword like that so long, it's all rusty and messed up and kinked up. When he get ready to swing, it ain't gonna be as sharp as it used to. That's that mercy right there. That's how we can get away. Because we over here sharpening our sword. The word's compared to a sword. We sharpening our sword, getting ready for war. He over there eating grapes. The sword rusting up. We over here sharpening ours up. So now we're trying to swing that sword. Hey, ours gonna be swifter and it's gonna be stronger. We're gonna slice some dice. Hey, Lord willing, we get that standard lifted up on our behalf. You got spiritual power. Hey, what'd you say? Arise and thrust, O daughter of Babylon, the new thrusting instrument. I shall make you. Woo, hey, we get sharp. Hey, we gonna lay a strong wound to Esau. Hey, heavy blows to Esau. We're gonna be making them battle axes. Man, straight this clink, hey, right through him, running right through his troops. Weapons of war right there. Hey, that's why we do work. I want to be that. I want to be that very, very bad. I want to put work to Esau. I'm ready to give Esau what he gave us. I got
to put precept to back up on that. Revelation. Book of Revelation 11 and 18. And it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead there shall be the judgment. And that's talking about he that wanted out a way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So they gonna be the ones that get judged. And he says, and that thou shalt give a reward unto thy servant the prophet, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, should it destroy them which destroys the earth. And that's exactly what we waiting on right here. This is why we come out here and we do the work. Because we want to destroy them which destroy the earth. We want to get them, we want to hit them with that rod of iron. Okay, that's Psalms 2 and 8. We want to take them out, man. Until they be no more, man. We don't want Esau, man. They the cancer of society. So they need to go with this.
Check it out. And this is Shalom, Jeremiah Gabar pulled up a mighty precept that fits exactly what I was saying. This is Isaiah 49 and 2. And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand have he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver have he hid me. So, hey, that right there going to that battle axe, man. The quiver, man, we like an arrow. He said, hit us in the quiver, man. So when Yahweh Shah is getting ready to hit this devil, and he gonna pull out. This devil, he ain't gonna see it coming. He gonna pull out, and he gonna shoot us at it. When we get that spiritual power, the standard get lifted. That right there is gonna be something Esau is not prepared to deal with, man. We're gonna run right through this devil. He said, "Man, my mouth like a sharp sword." The precepts we coming out with, the word of Yahweh Shah is cutting this devil to the core. That's why they got agents like Vocab Malone trying to get people to go back into the darkness. Try to get them to be back, in that docile, weak spirit. Because what we hit right now is cutting them deep, because it's true. And he said, in the shadow of his hand have he hid me. We're hidden right now. Esau, he worried about Moab. He worried about China. He worried about Russia. You know, he worried about all them. They got a standard military. He look at us like easy work. When that standard get lifted, we're gonna be his biggest problem. His biggest problem is right here where he at, in his own house. That's how we know this devil gonna live. He got problems out there. And then when that standard get lifted up, when brothers get spiritual power, hey, that he's done. That's over with. You might as well say game over then. You know? Because then we're gonna knock down the Russian Edomites. We're gonna knock down Moab. Like I said earlier, that's when that Psalm 2 and 8 gonna kick in. All the heathen go bow down then. So Esau, his biggest problem is right here. And like I like how I got that precept. He said, he made me polish my shaft. Right now, you have our shafts polishing us up, be sharpening us up, man. We've been made instruments of war. We already declaring and telling him and reading him his rights what's gonna happen to Esau. And at that right time, they said we ready for him to roll on us.
I like that part where it said he make his mouth a sharp sword. Because who is his mouth right now? His mouth is the prophets. And he's making us a sharp sword. And then that goes into that precept. He's gonna turn the fishers into hunters, man. So hey, man, like we fishing for the hopeful elect right now. You know, prophesying and teaching his gospel and prophesying his gospel and stuff. And at one time, soon in the blink of an eye, he gonna turn us into hunters. Hey, and we sharp swords at the same time. Hey, we're gonna be threshing through Esau and his heathen nation.
I got to quickly back you up even further. This is Jeremiah chapter 5 and 14. It says, wherefore thus says the Lord, Yahweh, power of hosts, and it's talking about the power of hosts, it's talking about the army. And it says, because ye speak this word, because I will make my word in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
Woo! Hey, make that fire. That's it. Their biggest threat is right here in their face, man. They feel it. They say they rolling down the street right now. These people that's some great fear. Like, oh shit. You know, they over here talking about it. So they over here hoping that we'll be speaking some lies, and it's not. You know, so I'm gonna come with this. This is Micah 4 and 13. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I'll make thy horn iron, and I'll make thy hooves brass, and they shall beat to pieces many people. And I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth. So they show everything that Esau got, all the heathens guys coming right back to Yahshua Allah, right back to us. Why? Because like another name for Yahweh is Lord of Hosts. Their military getting built up. When he decides to get their military their power and make us like the mighty man of King David, make us the goddess of this earth, when that happens right there, hey, we're gonna be like iron. The whole mountain of Zion gonna be like iron, man. We're gonna be hard, and we're gonna be unbreakable. And we're gonna take everything gonna go to the women and the children of Israel. They're gonna have all the plenty of the earth. They're gonna be kicked back, living good. You know, that's the biggest war right there. When Michael and his angels fight with the beast and his angels, that's the biggest war right there. We ain't worried about Russia and China. That's the little skirmishes right there to kick it off. The biggest war is gonna be how shall come back to beat that beast. You know, to make war with Esau. That's the main war right there. That's the main war to get prepared for. See, now battle lines have been drawn. So are you on the side of the beast, or are you on the side of Yahweh Shah? That's why we come out to speak these words to get you on the right side of the fence. Because if you ain't got the covenant of Yahweh Shah, hey, you're gonna get part of that rod of iron coming on your butt too. You know, only thing good about that is when you get your death, you're gonna come back to one of the children, and then you'll be good. You know, then you know what to follow. You know,
I got another precept, man. The same brother, Jeremiah Gabar, Shalom. This is Isaiah chapter 41. I'm gonna start at verse 13. And it says, for I, the Lord, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Okay, see, if we out here doing his word, it's according to Yahweh's word that he's gonna help us, he's gonna deliver us out of this destruction and stuff. Verse 14, fear not thou worms, Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, says the Lord Yahweh, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp stretching instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt press the mountain and beat them small, and shalt make the hills a chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord Yahweh, and thou shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. In verse 17, we go when it says, and when the poor and needy seek water, there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst. I, the Lord, will hear them, and I, the power of Israel, will not forsake them. Okay.
That was bomb right there, man. Real bomb. I got one to go back it up even further. further, man. As I said, this right here, this brings comfort, man. Y'all but y'all telling us, I'm about to defend y'all. I got you. Come to me, and I got your back. And who better to have your back other than Yahweh Shah, man? The creator created everything. You don't get no better than that. So this is I'm gonna read it right before you read that. It's verse 18. It says, and I will open the rivers in high places, because he's telling you how he's gonna feed his people. And he said, I will open the rivers in high places, and the fountains in the midst of the valley, I will make the wilderness a pool of water, and the dry land springs of water. So when he goes thirsty, he's gonna provide that for us. Hey, this I'm Amawam Yasharala, Shalom. Hey, he basically put out basically what I kind of quoted. This is Zechariah 12:8. And it reads, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is people among them at that day shall be as David. And the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem, and I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, as one mourning for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. So that right there capitalizes everything that I just said earlier. Like, we mourning for our Savior, for our Messiah. We mourning for Yahweh because we know that's our Savior right there. When Yahweh gets her and he pours that power out, hey, the weakest of us in the house of David gonna be like King David. And King David was a mighty man killing 10,000 men. So that shows there's gonna be no weak link in the house of David.
I got one in the bag. Well, since y'all said that, this is Zechariah 10:5. And they shall be as mighty men which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets, the mires of the streets in the battle, and they shall fight because the Lord is with them.
Woo! Hey, I like that. They shall fight because the Lord is with them. That's what we're waiting on, man. We're waiting on that trumpet. We're waiting on that standard to get lifted up. But Yahweh Shah give us the go. Hey, we're going to go. Like they let them two pits that fight and they let them go. Hey, we're going to get at Esau. It's going to be like vicious, too. It ain't going to be like, oh, I want to hurt them that bad. I don't want to do that. Nah, we're going to get this devil. And it's going to be, I'm talking about, they're going to be in great fear how we're going to turn this devil up. It's going to be so bad. When the other devil see us, they're going to automatically get down, kiss our feet, and be begging. Like, I'm ready to go into slavery. Just don't do me like you did Freddie. Please.
Finishing out that verse, it says, and the riders of the horse shall be confounded. And who's on the horse right now, sitting in high places in the places that we're on, but we should be on? That's Esau, Edom. It said, in that time, hey, the riders of the horse are going to be confounded, man. They're going to be like, how did they get that power? How did they take us down? That shit scared and shaking.
They're going to think like a sci-fi movie, man, like Avengers or something, but X-Men. They're like, I said, they're going to give up the ghost. After a while, they're going to know what it is. They just going to be, I'll work.
Don't kill me.
Yeah,
I'll do anything.
You're going to be like, kiss them feet. Now get up. So I'm about to get about, man, we're going to sell you for a big bag of gold. Where your children at? Bring them to and your wife. We're going to put them on the block and we're going to sell them, man. Straight up. Hey, like they move, what they get out, gonna be up there. Y'all sure you need handmade? I got one for you. Like, get your hands off your daughter, Esau. Get it sold.
Now this point even further. It's Jeremiah 49:16. Thou terribleness had deceived thee. They believe that they're not gonna be able to be brought down. And the pride of thy heart, oh thou dwellest in the cleft of the rock. And it said, that holdeth the height of the hill, that though thou shouldest make thy net as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down for then, said the Lord, Yahweh Shah. So it's the work of Yahweh Shah that's gonna bring these devils down. So and he said, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee. They got so much pride that they think their kingdom is gonna continue on forever. And he said, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock. It's talking about Mount Seir. Okay, they inhabitants is the cleft of the rock. I always bring up those bunkers. Those bunkers, they gonna run into those bunkers. And it said, the height of the hill thou that shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle. Okay, they right now they're at the top of the whole world right now. Okay, they ruling the whole world of wicked. Okay, but how about the Shah said they're gonna destroy them, they're gonna bring them down.
I got one in the back of the table. He said we're gonna be selling their ass. Hey, this is Joel 3:8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters to the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans and a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it.
Woo! Hey, we so ready for that, man. What you did to us is coming back on you. That's why I like how the Most High is doing this, man. Hopefully, there ain't gonna be no, oh, don't do that. Don't sell that. No, eat a white girl.
Keep them with their family.
Yeah, ain't gonna be none of that. We're gonna be like, nah, sell her, man. Like, sell him to him right there, man. Ain't gonna beat her.
It's gonna be mandatory that everybody gets separated.
God. So that's the process right there. And that terrifies us, devil. They know deep down in their spirit, they know what they did to us is about to happen to them. They know that. We don't have to even say that to them. That's why I told this one devil, my one job, read Revelation 13 and 10. He read that, and that devil instantly turned red and got mad. I had to break it down for him. You know, he instantly got mad. Like, you know, because he was talking about he wanted us to go back into slavery. You know, that's what he wanted. You know, and I told him, I was like, okay, I didn't get mad. That's when I was getting into the truth. I was like, that's cool. You know, and I set him up. I said, you believe in the Bible? He said, yeah, I believe in the Bible. No about Jesus. I said, okay. Look at your phone, read us Revelation 13:10. He read that and he knew it. And he got mad and he walked far away from. That's how I know Esau punk and he's scared, because he was sitting right beside me. He gonna go way far away from him. Then he get to cussing and talking like he want to fight. And I'm looking at the dude laughing like, I know you scared.
Wicked live when no man pursues.
Yeah. Right. I'm like, you want to fight? You would have did it right here. You were just right next to him. You gonna go over there now? You gonna talk noise? And he went over there with some other people too. That way they could break it up. He over there talking noise. He mad. And I'm like, I just told you to read the scripture. You know, what you mad about? Yeah, y'all had y'all fun. Now we're going to get our fun. When he read it, I smiled at him. He knew what that meant. You know, he turned red. He got hot. And then he quit. He ain't come back to work. And them Edomites love that Edomite. That's why they came there like, man, what'd you do to him? What'd you do? I didn't do nothing. You know, he just didn't want to come to work. You know, whose fault is that? You know, he probably somewhere smoking crack meth right now. That probably still giving him nightmares. Because he knew that was true. I didn't have to say it to him. You know, he turned red, wanted to fight. And this devil told me, because I knew that's how them devils feel. That's what Trump was all about, make America great again. They want us back in slavery. And really, they're trying to do that with the biometric system. The new beast system they're about to enact. That's to put us back into perpetual slavery. You know, that's all about. That's their fantasy. Esau get a kick out of oppressing the children of Israel, but now we at the end of our sentence. We're not about to serve that no more. So now he got to deal with war over here. So he can't even focus on Israel like he wants to. He got to deal with another nation. He got to deal with that. He got to deal with his own people, the Russians, on that side. And so he's just all messed up right now. This devil, he's confounded. He's like, I got to deal with this, deal with that. I can't. Now he's scared. Like we said, they're going to run to the bunker. He ain't got no choice.
Real thin.
Real thin.
I got a quick one right here, because this since you said they can't go, you know, they can't go to sleep without them doing wickedly. This is Proverbs chapter 4 and 16. For they sleep not, is that they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause something to fall. And that's the point right there. What I brought out, they cause something to fall, but right now they're losing a lot of sleep right now because they're not causing us to fall. Even no matter what they're doing to Yasserala right now, we're still striving. And they're losing a lot of sleep behind that because they can't make us fall, especially the women. Especially the women. I got another quick one right here that's further back you up what you were saying earlier when you told that Edomite to read Revelation 13 and 10. So this is Psalm chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 7. It said, I will declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee. So this is when we return back to Yahweh Yahushua, just like King David, right? When he said, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. It says, yeah, that's pretty much the point right there. But that's what we waiting on right now. We waiting on to see the downfall of America, aka Babylon the Great. We waiting on to see Esau Edom to become extinct. That way we can rule this world in righteousness.
All that can't happen until World War III and the mark of the beast get ushered into.
Right upon us. Yeah, it can happen this year or part of the beginning of next year. Like this winter, I feel, I'm talking to the spirit right now. I feel like this winter they're gonna get here and roll it on out. The legislation's on the book. They just passed a new bill, reconciliation bill today, passed in the Senate, and it's $740 billion. They say for climate control, climate change, but I feel like really that's the money to get set up for the military advance that they got to do to get ready on the people. People ain't going for this stuff no more.
But you gotta understand, man. Esau Edom, they got a certain tongue. They say one thing, but it really means another. That's why you look up double speak. You know, it'll tell you directly, and then you go to Psalm 55 and 21, where they say the word is smoother than water, and the word is smoother than oil, but war is in their heart. That's these are the people that we're dealing with that's controlling all these laws and policies.
All right, they got Kamala Harris is standing president right now. Oh, Joe Butthead ain't even doing nothing right now. They got her sitting at the top office, dictating, running stuff right now. So they might just roll and get those Joe Butthead out the way. You know, he making him look bad with his little son wearing up his crack and stuff. So they're like, man, you done served your purpose. And they just use him to get a woman in there. They can knock him off, and then Kamala Harris is gonna be the president. And on her clock, expect all hell to break loose. On her clock, it's gonna break loose. So everything is set up. It's only a matter of time now. Yasharala, so I say
you think of that it was the Simpsons episode, man, because you know these Esau, they predicting all of these stuff to happen. They know what's gonna happen. There's the Simpsons episode with I think Lisa was control of the mayor's office.
Same thing as Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
they ain't really predicting. They just it's the program.
Yeah.
Because it's ran by one of them fake, small hats.
Right.
So they know certain events about to happen because they're the ones dictating the event. So what's they call it, predictive programming? All they doing is just setting Yasharala up to like, okay, watch Simpsons. This is what I'm about to do in a minute. Do you think they predicted something? But nah, they just going by the script. They got a script too. They rolling out.
Matter of fact, I seen a screenshot. It was a Simpsons episode with Bart the dad. With that Bart the dad.
Yep.
Because he had a monkey sitting right next to him.
Yep.
Yeah. That episode right
then
there.
He had the monkey business.
Yeah.
Yes, they let you know that was on the books. This ain't nothing new. This devil, he's been planning this for a long time. Now he got to pull it off. He got to do it quickly because other things are happening that he didn't forecast for. So he like, oh shit, like I can't let my plan go to waste. Hurry up and pull it out. They out there talking about our plans right now. So with that being said, hey, we gonna just been edifying. Get up all praise and glory too.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Yasharala, Shalom.
Shalom to all the